Before we start, yes, I know, I was wrong in my last video about how we probably wouldn't see anything at the State of Play yesterday, but it's whatever, I'm just glad we did. So I just want to clarify that this morning, all the content creators that were able to get their hands on Spider-Man 2 made their own videos discussing their overall opinions on the game. I want to say that I will not be talking about or showing any gameplay that they showed in their videos. I obviously wouldn't have anything to say on the game because I wasn't there to play it, and it's not any of my footage to show. If you want to check out any new info that dropped this morning about the game or any new footage, I would check out Evan Falarca's video. It's a good in-depth video on the overall game. But other than that, I will only be talking about what we saw at that State of Play yesterday. So let's begin. So we open up with a shot of Peter and Miles swinging together. Not much to talk about here, but I have to say that the game looks really good graphically, and it looks a lot more detailed than the last time we saw it. Next up, we see a full scale of what the map will look like in the game, and they were not kidding when they said it was going to be massive. With Brooklyn and Queens added, it's straight up nearly double the map size as the previous two games. Later, when we see it in the game, you could tell it's way more detailed than the previous installments. Next, we see some game shots, and it looks absolutely stunning. Something I noticed was that the shot of Peter gliding, he's actually next to the raft, which is leading me to think that maybe not the interior will be explorable, but instead the outside of the raft. Maybe there will be Easter eggs or collectibles you could find. I could absolutely be overthinking it, but it would be cool to see some C or D-list Spider-Man villains make an appearance if you visit the raft. I really doubt it though. We see Peter swinging, and it actually looks like he has new swinging animations, which is one of the things I wanted to see most from this game. So I'm glad they got to show some of it here. But something else I wanted to point out was how Times Square looks so much more alive in this game. There's a lot more cars and a lot more citizens on the streets than before. It just gets me excited for how alive this game will make us feel. Next, we see some swinging and web gliding for Peter and Miles, and honestly, Miles' swinging looks more or less the same as it did in his own game, which isn't a problem. However, I'd be lying if I said I wouldn't be disappointed if we didn't get anything new for him. Not much to say on the web gliding other than it just looks fantastic. We get some more nice shots of Coney Island and the city, and even a shot of Peter and Harry's high school Midtown High. If I had to guess, this will probably be an early mission in the game where Peter reunites with Harry. We see a shot of Miles' school Visions Academy, which will have dedicated missions for Miles. Next, we find out that the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man app is actually making a comeback in the second game, and here we can see some missions to select. So we see that the main mission that's called Healing the World, a callback to what Harry told Peter in the story trailer, might just be the overall name of the main story. Where Have You Been has a fire emblem, and I'm not really sure, but a few guesses of mine could be maybe Molten Man, or perhaps even Wraith, which if you didn't know is Yuri Watanabe from the first game, where she goes rogue. Senior Prank, which is just a Visions Academy mission with Miles, and a side quest where it looks like you can play as either Spider-Man called Find Grandpa. I guess you're looking for someone's grandpa. Something else though was the mission description. Pete's touring the new foundation in the city. It looks an awful like that image we got back at Comic-Con, so I'm thinking this is where we'll first encounter Kraven's men. Something really cool that they showed off was the character switching in the game. It's near instant you can change from either character. Side note, I just absolutely love the fact how Peter's doing sit-ups on the side of a building. And this part is just absolutely crazy. Peter just webs a guy's feet to the ground, uppercuts him like a Mortal Kombat uppercut, and then proceeds to do some kick I don't even know what to call, and just completely slam him into the ground. This guy is dead. We see some really cool takedowns between Peter and Miles, and this is probably my favorite one. Peter kicks a guy, and then as the guy's about to hit Peter, Miles comes swooping in out of nowhere, and Peter just does an emote out of nowhere. I am hoping to God we see more team-up takedowns like this in the second game, because so far, this one is looking great. We also see how the scanning works in the game. It's a lot more vibrant and detailed, and it shows you almost everything you could do nearby. Okay, so this is one of the things I wanted to talk about. That is Mysterio. There is no doubt that is Mysterio. That's his emblem, and I'm just so glad they included him in this game, because he was actually my most requested side villain for this game. Here we see Miles gliding in the air, and it looks like something is being projected in the air. And it's kind of odd, but it looks something like from the Spider-Verse movies. If you can see the effect really closely, it has like that glitchy effect. So maybe a Spider-Verse reference, or even something tied in with the movies. Next we see Peter touching some cloaked terrain, and I'm thinking this is something like a hideout like in the first two games, but it's something Craven related, like a Craven hideout. Right after that, we see Peter jump into this cloaked terrain, and then he's being attacked by some of Craven's like vulture robotic pets or something. I'm thinking this whole thing might just either be a hideout or some side quest. So next, we actually get a shot of some villains that are going to be in the game, and I'm thinking that this guy right here might actually be Quentin Beck, aka Mysterio. You got like the green lights behind him, and you got like that purple attire that he's wearing. And I'm just thinking, add a fishbowl on his head, and yeah, that's pretty much Mysterio. Next, we see a full view of the city, and it just looks gorgeous. And I'm also noticing some missions we could look at. So right off the bat, it looks like that the Prowler is going to be making a comeback and have his own missions. And it also looks like landmark photos will also be back. But yeah, I'm going to say it again, this game looks absolutely gorgeous. We see some more of Miles and how the mission system works. We see a really nice finisher with Peter right here, and a really neat duo takedown by Peter and Miles right here. We also get a nice look at what some of those Vision Academy quests are going to be like. For example, we have a pretty nice car chase. And holy crap, this sick combo from Peter's arms. There is something else here that I did notice. The person that Peter is fighting is something fire related. He has like these gauntlets that looks like they shoot fire. I'm thinking it could be that side quest with the fire emblem, but we'll just have to wait and see. More stuff on the map, but the things to the left are blurred out. I'm thinking they're just blurred out because all the side quests probably contain a spoiler. They show us how the fast travel is going to work in this game, and my god, it's amazing. Pretty much instantly, you could travel wherever you want on the map. They showcase some abilities you'll be able to use with the arms, and this one looks like some whirlwind type shit. Can't wait to use this one. So right here, they show us the gadget menu. Not much to go off by the menu, but we'll just have to wait and see what they're like in the game when it comes out. We see some suit tech upgrades, and it looks like it will be based on health, damage, focus, and traversal. Okay, so this was my favorite part of the trailer. Right here, we see the Spider Shadow suit for Miles, and it looks clean. We then transition to the 10th anniversary Miles Morales suit, and it looks so good. Looks really polished and nice. We cut to Peter's suit, and one of them is like a Spider-Man with cargo pants, and then right here, we cut to the Bully Maguire suit. Once I unlock this, I am never taking it off. And then we learn that there is going to be 65 suits in total with over 200 customizations for them. We see some suits like the classic suit and the Superior Spider-Man suit. Overall, these suits look nice, and that's pretty much it for the trailer as well. It was a good trailer with really good info on the game. But now I want to talk about the Deluxe Edition suits. I'm going to keep it short. I'm not going to go that in-depth into it. I'm just going to say what suits I like and what I don't like. I actually kind of dig the 25th Century suit. It reminds me a lot of the Spider-Man Life Story final suit he wears when he goes to space. But yeah, overall, it's a good suit. The apocalyptic suit is alright, I just don't like the mohawk going through his mask. Not much to say on the tactical suit other than I just think it's kind of basic. It's a lot like the Advanced 2.0 suit from the first game. I do not know how to pronounce this suit, but I love the color scheme on this one. The eyes are a nice touch too. And the Stone Monkey suit is just alright to me. Not really much else to say about it. Moving on to Miles. The Tokusatsu suit is looking really nice. This one is probably my favorite out of all 10 of the suits. The encoded suit is looking really nice too. I love the yellow glow it gives off. Don't know how to pronounce this one, but this one's looking sexy. Really like how it looks in game. The Red Spectre suit is looking really cool too. I love the hood and mask and the color scheme of this one. This one is probably my least favorite out of Miles' suits, but I still love how it looks like it's a rock coming off of flesh. And the glowing spider emblem is a nice touch too. Gotta say, when it comes to the Deluxe Edition suits, Miles is definitely better than Peter. But yeah, that's it for today. All I wanted to talk about was the stuff that we saw at State of Play. Again, I'm not going to be talking about the stuff we received this morning, mainly because, well, there's already so many videos about it, and I don't want to risk showing anything I can't show. Other than that, I'm really excited for this game. They nailed what they showed at the State of Play yesterday. If any more news drops about this game, I'll be sure to talk about it as soon as possible. But yeah, we have 35 days to go, and I am so ready to play this game. Insomniac really cooked on this one. That's it though. Thanks for watching.